I have had, and allow me to be very brief, I have had a very useful 2-hour conversation. Please listen to me. I've had a very useful 2-hour conversation with the panelists led by Mheshimiwa Noah Wekesa. 2-hour conversation, which was very useful, I believe. And because I'm not at liberty to divulge the contents of that conversation, I stress conversation, not an interview. I know that you may want to ask a question. You had said you are not coming. And I want to tell you that the decision to come was my decision because I realized we didn't want to give anybody an excuse whatsoever to say, aligomea kuja. So I'm here, and I can tell you it has been a wonderful conversation. Wazee kama Bishop Njenga, Archbishop Zacharias Okoth, I looked at that in my own mind and I said, why would I not want to go and greet Archbishop Okoth at his age? Therefore, I had to take that decision, and I want to ask that all my supporters who had given me their interview, even the conclusions of those interviews, were carried forward. Thank you so much.
Wait a minute.
My
friend, my children are very young. Don't crush me. Someone's phone? It's mine.
Of conversation. Thank you.
You look less enthusiastic than you went in.
I think I'm more happier than when I went in. I don't know how you gauge that, but it's good to have a conversation. I'm very happy. I'm very pleased, and that's how I started by saying. So I don't know where you got that from.
How was it? What are some of the questions that they were asking you?
I think it's general questions on how we can help make Kenya better if one was in that position and if one was a deputy president for our Azimio candidate. That is basically what they are looking at. But as I said, it's not an interview, it's a general conversation. The questions are geared towards a conversation that we all should be involved in.
What would be your feeling in case you do not get a chance to be elected?
I think I've been very clear on this. I have walked the journey with Raila Amolo Odinga for the last 3.5. In fact, I think of the people appearing before the panel, I'm the one who has walked with him longest. And it was not a question of being a running mate. All these years it has never been. And he's been on record saying I've never asked for anything. My support for him is passionate because I think he'll give Kenya a reset moment where we can again pick up from where we are and go further. So in the unlikely event that I'm not the one fronted, I still remain in Azimio and give my full support as I've given before. And that is what it is. That's where I belong. And I belong there because I believe in some of the things that are coming out. I believe in social protection program for our people. I believe in universal health care for our people. We must look after our people. And some of the things that are there, you recall 10 years ago, I had some of them in my own manifesto, because we must alleviate poverty. We must help people because life is not easy. Yeah.
Being a leader from Mount Kenya, there's been a perception that it was one of the terms, for instance, by Jubilee, that as we are working together, that the leader must come from Mount Kenya. And of course, the Mount Kenya politics are to play in the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya plans. Is it maybe a factor?
As you know, I come from Mount Kenya, but I also cut across the board in the entire country. I've been chairman of football in Kenya when some of you are very young. And I traversed the whole country. When I ran for presidency, I traversed the whole country. So yes, I am from Mount Kenya. Yes, I cut a national role. But it is important to realize that Mount Kenya is a vote-rich area. It is also important that the opposition has had a field day in Mount Kenya. But it is also important to accept that the Azimio candidate is on an upward trajectory in Mount Kenya area. And therefore, that by being vote rich has its own considerations, but it's not a must, but it has its own considerations. And anybody who is doing mathematics will place Mount Kenya as a priority.
Mtu atakuwa vizuri chemistry na baba, wafanye kazi asisubue baba. And we are going to support him. Whether we are getting the position or not, sisi na mother tulisema, we are not giving any condition.
Mimi natafuta kiongozi mwaminifu, na hiyo nikiangalia kwa baba naona ni tiki. Kiongozi ako na roho ya watu, roho ya kutumikia watu. Hata akinyimwa kiti anaendelea kututetea.
Exercise is involved in to come to us today to receive the report. The recommendations are contained in a report that lays out the criteria and modalities that were used by the members to evaluate the applicants. The criteria centered on constitutional qualification, understanding of government, personality of the candidates, political acumen, compatibility, and loyalty, including strategic significance and the fight against corruption, among others. The candidates had also to give the panel their understanding of the key challenges facing Kenya and their proposals on what should be done or what should be the Azimio government's priorities upon taking office. Emphasis was laid on electability, capacity of vote, mobilization, transformative leadership, dependability, political tolerance, and technical expertise in political campaigns. The panel has recommended 3 names which have been submitted in order of priority. All the members of the panel participated in the exercise and evaluated each and every candidate. The final decision was reached by averaging the individual contribution of each panelist. The members wish to express their gratitude to the media, to the assistance and cooperation the cooperation that you have extended to the panel and members of the public for their patience. God bless Raila Odinga. God bless Kenya. Members of the media, that is the statement, and each one of you will have a copy. Once again, I thank you for staying this late to receive this statement.
The names